Very happy morning, my dear students. Welcome back after a long time, right? And again, this session must be and should be a interactive session. As a result, the chat window is on. Hope you all are ready, right? So in the last class, there was a problem, right? There was a technical issue. It was aired for only for 11 minutes, right? So last time, my dear students, I have shared you, right, some of those pics, right? So I have shown you some of those pics. You can see this, right? So here is the class monitor who is misutilizing his powers. So it's the grade 8, and today's date is 5/7/21, right? The name of the chapter is the Indian Constitution. Constitution. Right. Okay, so my dear students, do please recall. Okay, cloudy morning. Good. Happy morning. Good morning. Very shortcut. Who is it? Sampreet Gamer. Okay, my dear students, right? So there was one slide which I show here. In this, you can see the monitor is misusing his powers, right? He is putting a blame on innocent child. And here is one more example of a school only, where the strength of the boys is more than that of the girls, right? So here examples of domination and majoritism, right? So, and one more slide, sorry, one more this one, right? Okay, this one, the third image, right? So here it's a girl. The name of the girl is Shabnam. She is in a fix, right? So she has got her test in the morning, and in the evening it's the prime time. She has want to watch her favorite serial also, as well as whether to study, right, for tomorrow's test. At the end, she makes her decision, ask her parents, right, to turn off the television so that she can concentrate and study. Yes. So now here, my dear students, these are those three storyboard, right? So you need to check out where the constitution, how the constitution works, right? Now here, the very first one, school monitor. Second one is the majority, and third one is guard. It's guarding our own consensus, right? So here, now, my dear students, like constitution, when I say constitution, right, constitution serves several purposes. There are several. It lays down certain ideals that all citizens believe the country should uphold, right? And also it defines the nature of a country's political system also, right? Definitely, you can see here. So now here, my dear students, here the monitor is misusing his powers. So now here, so definitely it one or the other way. So this refers to the politician, right? So now this politician should not misuse his powers. Politicians should not misuse his powers, right? So as a result of this, the constitution has restricted certain powers, right? So therefore, as India adopted democracy, we choose our leaders who exercise power responsibly on our behalf. Those, the elected representatives, these politicians, right? So now again, when we come about the majority, my dear students, again majority. So now this also, now the constitution has also provides like some of the groups should not be sidelined, or they not be deprived of their rights, right? So many of time it happens that wherever the group of people are more, or when we call it majority, right? So they it tends to see that they form the majority, then they have the majority, then there will be their own rules. They can make their own rules, right? And also they can rule also. So this also is one of the reasons where the constitution plays a important role, right? Okay. So now constitution provides some provision as in basic structure which are not easily changed. It does not allow for the easy overflow of provision that guarantee rights of citizens and protect their freedom. Here again, one more thing is guard. This constitution guards us, right? It saves us from ourselves. So like how Shabnam, she was in a fix, at the end she has taken her a good decision by studying instead of watching the television or favorite serial in her prime time slot, right? So she choose to study instead of watching. That is, it's her own consensus talk to her, right? Hello, nice to meet you, Pooja. Can you? Okay, all right. Okay, my dear students. So about this, why does a country needs a constitution? These were the storyboard, right? Some of the image. So through the storyboard, you can easily get to know or easily understand about this, the basics of the constitution, right? Okay. So now, my dear students, the next one which I'm going to let you know, there are some of the facts you should be knowing regarding our Indian constitution, right? Okay. So Prathamesh, who is class teacher of Kaveri? Okay, it's eighth Kaveri. Eighth Kaveri, it is Mallikarjun Dangargi, sir. Okay, Prathamesh. All right, so please stop chatting. Right, my dear students. So now here, so when the constitution was formed, my dear students, though it is the story starts before the independence, that is the pre-independent era we can say. Okay, pre-independence. Pre-independence, that is before independence, right? So we were ruled by the Britishers, right? So there were several of the Government of India Act were passed in the British Parliament. In the British Parliament. And my dear students, I have seen many of your seniors or maybe your classmates, right? So when you are writing the word parliament, so many of you are omitting or not writing this letter A. Parliament has 10 letters. Do please remember A. Many of you omit the word A, but parliament contains A. Parliament. Do please make a note, my dear student. Do not miss this word. Okay? Parliament, right? So now there was a British Parliament. So there were also like members too were elected, right? So earlier the British were ruling, and those rules, whatever those rules they were framed, yes, it was for their benefit. It was only for their benefit. They have made the rules, right? There was also constitution, but now the story starts from before the independence. British Parliament was there, so there are several of the Government India Act were passed. For example, there was Act of 1909, Government of India Act. Okay, so again it starts again. There was 1919, and again the last act which was passed in the British Parliament was the Government of India Act 1935. 1935, yes, after independence from British rule, right? We Indians decided free India should be a democratic one. Now, we have taken a decision that our country must be democratic. That is a government, right, where we have the right to choose our own representative, right? Okay, now in order to establish democratic government and the rules that would determine its functioning, the Constituent Assembly was formed in 1946 to write Indian Constitution. So you are aware of this, right? So I have said that on 9th December 1946, there were totally 389 members, right? And constituted the first Constituent Assembly meeting, right? It was held on 9th December 1946. The first meeting of the Constituent Assembly was held, where there were 389. Okay, my dear students, I'm going to ask you one question. Do please. Okay, sir, can you repeat once again? Right. So, my dear students, okay, how many of you think that? Okay, so which is the national language of India, my dear students? Anyone can answer. Which is the national language of India? I want the answers. Which is the national? Okay, someone has Vismita Shah has answered Hindi. One answer Hindi. Okay, okay, Hindi. Ananya T Hindi. Okay, Hindi. Hindi. All right, Hindi. 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 Okay, my dear student, this is a myth or some false information has been provided to you by the majority Hindi speaking people, right? So, my dear students, you have to keep in mind our constitution doesn't mention any national language. There is no national language for our country. Instead, we have union languages or union of languages, right? So, union languages. So, do please correct your data or correct your information, my dear students. Union languages. India doesn't have a national language. So, it is being provided in our constitution. So, there are many of those, what do you say, discussions or debates you might have seen, right, between the South Indians and usually the North Indians. We fight for that, right? But we doesn't have a national language. Instead, we have union of languages or union languages, and also to communicate between the states. To communicate between the states, we use the language, and English is used as the official language, and there are again union languages, right? English is the official language, whereas we doesn't have Hindi as the national language. So there was a debate in the Constituent Assembly, and my dear students, again, like before independence, right, before 1947, when the Indian National Congress was formed, right? So in that, their agenda was once India got freedom or independence from the Britishers, then each languages like linguistic, like all the states will be formed on the basis of language spoken. So there was one of the agenda which was set by the Indian National Congress before the independence. Do please keep in mind. Okay, anyone? Yes, no language. Hindi, no. Again, there is something hammer gaming. Do please, hammer gaming. Do please. Okay, yes, no national language, my dear students. We have union languages. This is for your kind information, my dear student. Please note. Okay, and who is that again? English. English is the official language. Okay, no national language. Good, Mr. Laksh, right? Mr. Laksh or Master Laksh it is. Okay, so now, my dear students, some of those facts are related to our Indian constitution. As you all know that it is the world's longest constitution. It is the world's longest constitution. And again, my dear students, it was handwritten by Prem Bihari Naren Raizada. Prem, okay, it's Prem Bihari Naren Raizada. So this was handwritten, my dear students. You have to please make a note, right? It is handwritten by, and it was written in the italicized font, right? So it is, and it is originally written in two languages, one in Hindi and another in English. So both are handwritten, okay? And the, and my dear students, each of the page was decorated from the artists, okay, artists from Shantiniketan. Shantiniketan was founded by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. Do please make a note, my dear students. I hope you are all carrying a book, pen or paper, right, a pencil, right, along with you to jot down points. Okay, who is he? Okay, so now Prem Bihari Naren Raizada was the person who wrote our constitution. It was a handwritten, my dear students, right? Okay, and you know, like again, when we adopted our constitution on 26th January 1950, on the same day only our national emblem was also adopted. Okay, the national emblem, that is the lion capital of Ashoka, that is the Maurya dynasty, right? And again, you have seen it has 4 Asiatic lions standing back to back, that symbolizes power, courage, pride, and confidence, right? So always when we see the coin, right, emblem, we can see only three lions. One is at the back, right? So which we cannot see. Okay, so there are 4 Asiatic lions. That is the emblem, our national emblem. That is the lion capital of Ashoka. Now, okay, my dear students. Now again, some of the artists, madam, right, decorated the pages of our constitution. It was done by the artists of Shantiniketan. Okay, and now, my dear students, so now again there are certain sections or portions, right, in our constitution, right? So the constitution, like, it has articles, it has article, it has parts, and again it has schedules. SCHEDULES, schedules. Okay, so now, my dear students, this was in the year 1950, and this is the latest report up to Jan 2020. 2020. Okay. So now, how many articles were there in 1950? Right. So again, in the year 1950, there were 395 articles, and there were 22 parts with 12 schedules. 12 schedules. Okay, used to be knowing all these, and now currently, okay, as of Jan 2020 data, okay, we have totally 448 articles. 448 articles, 395 articles, 22 parts. Okay, someone Niyati, that money. Okay, 448 articles, right, and 25 parts. How many parts as of Jan 2020? 25 parts were there. And again, there are 395 articles. Okay, 22 parts. Initially it was, sorry, my dear students, here it was 8 articles, and here it is, sorry, 8 parts and 12 parts. So now the constitution has amended 104 times. Amendment or amend, it means to modify, or maybe to change, or either maybe addition of rules or deletion of rules, or maybe again modifying a existing law. So that is what amendment. So our constitution has been amended 104 times. How many times? 104 times. Do please make a note, right? So very important one regarding our constitution. You must be knowing this, right? Oh, Deepa Kumari 12, Girish Jivo. Okay. Sandhya Kamade, 1950, 395, 22 parts, 12 schedules. No, 12. Earlier it was 8 schedules, Sandhya. 8 schedules. 1950, there were 8 schedules. Do please make a note, okay? And now, my dear students, one of the important things you should know, right? So, our constitution, we have borrowed certain principle, fundamental rights, okay? And maybe again the idea of concurrent list, directive principles of state policy, okay, and again single citizenship. So these were, we have borrowed from other part of from other countries, right? For example, single citizenship, okay, the idea of single citizenship, we have borrowed it from Great Britain. Do please make a note, right? So these are some of those facts should be knowing, my dear students, right? single citizenship has been borrowed from the Great Britain, okay, or England, okay. And again, see, I'm just mentioning here single citizenship. Single citizen, that is Britain or Great Britain, okay. BRITAIN, Great Britain. So this is borrowed from Great Britain. And again, the principle of liberty, equality, and fraternity. Britain, England, okay. Okay, so principle of liberty, equality, fraternity has been borrowed from France. France. This is for your kind information, and you must be knowing, my dear students. Okay, all right. This is principle of liberty, equality, and fraternity. This has been borrowed from France. And then next comes, it is in short we call it as DPDS, direct principles of state policy. State policy, DPS, okay, state policy. So this is been borrowed from Ireland. It has been borrowed from Ireland. Okay, France. France is a name of a country. These what I am writing, these are all name of the countries. Who was Gauri Shankar? Somebody. Okay. France means it is a name of a country. Okay. Now, when we talk about next was the idea of concurrent list. Okay. Concurrent list. I'm just writing it in short. No? Idea of concurrent list. Idea of concurrent list is borrowed from Australia. From Australia. Yes. Aussie. Okay, then when I say Australia, I suppose you were the picture of the kangaroo has come into your mind, right? Okay. From Australia, yes. And then fundamental duties, my dear students. Fundamental duties. Fundamental duties. Fundamental duties is borrowed from USSR. Can anyone tell me what is the current name of this country, USSR? What do we call currently? USSR. Any idea? Any idea, my dear students? Fundamental duties. See, these are all the some of those things, the concept of the ideas. These are things which we have borrowed from other countries' constitution, right? So here again, someone said America. No, Smita. USSR. It is USA is United States of America. I am talking about United Soviet Socialistic Republic. Okay, again, Mr. Lux or Master Lux, right? Socialist Republic. Which country is it now? What we call this country? What is the name of this? Is before 1990s. This was called as USSR, and after 1990, the name has been changed. Okay, someone gave. Okay, Samprit Gaming. Good shot, right? So it is currently we call it as Russia. Yes, good. Samprit Gaming, right? USSR is Russia. So this the idea of fundamental duties we borrowed from the constitution of USSR, that is Russia. Earlier it was called Russia, and after 1990 it is called as Russia, right? And then the last one, it is the fundamental rights. RIGHTS. Fundamental rights. So now this we have borrowed. Someone has given. Can you tell me where we have borrowed this fundamental rights? Any idea? Okay. So this, yes. Now this, right? Fundamental duties from Russia, USSR. Fundamental rights from the USA. the USA, right? United States of America. So now, my dear students, our constitution has a preamble. So in the textbook it has been given, right? So we all read this preamble on this Constitution Day also, right? I hope this is the, my dear students, I'm showing you, this is the preamble. So now preamble is the summary of our constitution. I hope you have, in the bridge course we have taught you about this, right? You all remember also. Now, my dear students, this is the one which was written in 1950. So here I'm going to read you, my dear students. We, here it says we, not I. Okay, we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign democratic republic. So this says, okay, this is from the 1950, but there was an amendment, my dear students. There was an amendment in the preamble where two words were added to our preamble. Two words were added to our preamble. That is, the one word is secular, 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 and another word is socialistic, SOCIALISTIC. These are the two words which were added to our preamble in the year 1976. These two words were added to our preamble in the year 1976 by the then late Prime Minister Srimati Indira Gandhi. It was during the emergency, that is also the 42nd amendment. This is 42nd amendment. This is just for a kind information, my dear students. You must be knowing secular, socialistic. Where it is? Here it is. Now I can show you here, right? You can see this. We the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialistic, secular, democratic republic, to secure to all its citizens justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, right? So this is the preamble. Anyone? Where is it, sir? In the textbook, you can find in your 7th standard social civics textbook. They have mentioned it. You can see the textbook. And my dear students, so again, right? So we'll end the session here only, and tomorrow we'll study about the key features of our constitution. The major or the key features of the Indian Constitution. Do prepare yourself and come, right? Okay. Again, tomorrow will also be an interactive session. So I want all of you to interact, right? Okay. Anything else? Yes, sir. Not understanding. Okay. All right. So this is the end of today's class, my students. Thank you.